Before we get started with today's video, some of you guys have been asking me what boots Coach Javi likes to wear. I wear the Nike Premier 2s, and these are the white with the black Nike logo, except I de-stitched the Nike logo so that it was an all-white boot. So it still has the Nike in black at the back and at the top, but for the most part, it's all white. The reason I like these is because they're super comfortable, all leather, all white, just looks really, really nice and classy. So when these get old and used up, I'll probably try and find another pair of white leather boots. If they could make the Nike Ronaldinho Tiempos, the old school ones that he used to wear, I'd wear those all day. But yeah, these are my boots. What's up, Habibi?
Did you drop this? And this one for you. Ivar.
These are the Korean Nike Superflies? Are they the Superflies? Yeah. This is the Korea version. This is Georgie's preferred boot of choice at the moment. Why do you like these, Georgie?
I mean, they're pretty much the same Superfly 7, just the usual Superfly, but I like the colorway, even though they're a bit dirty now, but the colorway is sick and I really like them. So, you know, they were originally supposed to be only for South Korea, but somehow randomly one night I was on Nike.com, they appeared, got them right away. They're actually very limited. I don't think they made too many of them worldwide, so.
All right, Moy, what do you got?
I got the I got these bad boys.
When you're a big time kitman and you're known internationally around the world, you have a lot of other kitman friend connections, and then you never have to pay for another pair of boots again because all your kitman friends will send you a free pair every week. Is that correct, Moy?
No, no. These are the X, the 19.1 Adidas X. Super light. These are what do you like?
So they make you faster, is what you're saying.
Yeah, they make me faster.
How much faster?
All right, you want to see me run over there? You want to see me do it again?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the preseason series. As usual, I'll do a little voiceover so you guys can get an idea of behind the scenes, why I choose each exercise, and some coaching tips as well. So for the warm-ups, I always like to start off with something fun because it sets the tone, it sets the mood for the rest of the training session. For the first exercise, we used the Blazepods. We did a little competition format. We went for about 30 seconds in the first ones, and then I realized that was way too long for a warm-up, so we lowered it down to 15 seconds. All it is you shuffle your feet, and then you just try and tap the correct pod. So we each did a few sets against each other, and then for the next variation we just combined all the pods together. So now it's not only just 3 pods, but it's 6, and obviously you have to tap the correct color. So as you guys can see, it started snowing, and it was a little bit harder to see the blaze pods towards the end, but it was a fun warm-up and it got us ready for the rest of the session.
Come on, Javi, you gotta be quicker than that, old man. You gotta be quicker than that, old man.
So first exercise, nice and simple, some corvers. I put in a few different variations in here that are from beginner to advanced. So me and Georgie try to stick to some of the more advanced corver exercises, and anytime that Kitman Moy was in, when he felt like he wanted to jump in, I gave him some of the easier ones. At the end of the day, these are good for any skill level, any age. It doesn't matter how good you are, how bad you are. You can do all of these variations, but I just wanted to give you guys kind of an entire range from beginner to advanced. To make it a little bit more difficult, especially the really easy ones, if you guys want to use a second ball and the person has to keep their eyes up as opposed to just looking down at the ball. If it's one of the harder ones, you do have to keep your eye on the ball a little bit more because the touches are a little bit more advanced, so you might not want to use the 2 soccer balls because it'll be a little too difficult. But yeah, again, corvers, fantastic way to start a session, and also something that you can do at home. You don't need a soccer field, you don't need a big space. You could do this in your living room, you could do this in your bedroom, you could do this really anywhere, and it's a great way to get a lot of touches on the ball in a short amount of time.
They're outside the foot.
No rush, it's just simple. Good. This is the rhythm of the night.
Like if there's no outside the foot.
Perfect, just like that.
After the Corver exercises, we did this 3-person passing drill. You guys know I like to do a few different variations. For the first one, all it is you check in front, you take your touch around one of the front cones, you turn, you go back into the middle, and then you play the pass. So obviously you want to alter your movements a little bit, so maybe after you release the ball, you check away and you come back in, just to get you guys in the habit. But the touch is actually very simple. You're just trying to keep it as close to your foot as possible while going around that front cone. There's no set pattern. As long as you choose one of the 2 front cones, you can go to your left side, you can go to your right side, you can switch it up depending on how the pass comes in or just depending on what you're feeling. So after that one, which is the most basic, all we did was a 1-touch pass in the middle. You check off to the side, take your touch back in through the middle of those 2 cones, and then you release the pass to the other player, and then you reset. So what I want you guys to focus on is making sure that you're not leaning too far back when you play that 1-touch pass back. Otherwise, the pass is going to be soft or the ball is going to bounce back to the player. So make sure we stay with our head over the ball. We lock that ankle, always using the inside of the foot if we can. And then again, just like the beginning, to build a habit, we reset after we play that pass, check away, see if you can check your shoulder, and then come back in and repeat the movement. Now what I want to do is show you guys the difference between someone who is a professional footballer and someone who's not a bad footballer at all, but definitely not at the professional level. So if you guys know, Kitman Moy is the equipment manager for DCFC. He's not bad, he's actually pretty good. However, when he comes and joins in on the sessions with us, you can really tell the difference between him and Georgie. So I want you guys to just look at how Moy does this exercise versus how Georgie does this exercise. And I want you guys to go into the comment section and just point out some things that you think are the differences between Kitman Moy and George, and maybe why George is at a professional level and Kitman Moy is not. So obviously we're not doing this to discourage Kitman Moy, more so just for you guys to be able to tell differences between 2 different levels of footballers.
Put some weight on it, Moy. Don't be afraid. Good. Oh, yeah. Okay, restart. Same thing.
Jim, what? Yeah. 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 Yeah, more. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, more. Yeah. 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 Come on. Good. Yeah. 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 Yep.
So for the last variation, we just did a touch on one side, you shuffle over, touch on the other side, you receive in the middle, you turn around one of the back cones, and then you just repeat the exercise again from the other side. So a lot of these I come up with either on the spot or I have a list in my notebook from the night before when I've written up the session. There's so many different things that you guys can do, and I highly encourage you to get creative and just switch up the variations to what you feel is good for you guys as far as what's going to help you in your development, but also something that's going to be fun and creative, and at the end of the day is developing you as a footballer.
Good. This side. Good. Middle. Fantastic, Moy. Hold on. We're going to interrupt this training session to answer a few subscriber questions. The first one is from Jose Perez, who says, "Hey Coach Javi, I've been wanting to get into the private training / coach aspect. How should I go about it? I'm 19 and I wish to use it as a hobby for now. but maybe I can grow it into a full-time thing. Any insight will be great, especially from someone like you. Thank you. So the way I did it was I was actually working with the Division I team at Gardner-Webb University. A lot of the players were coming back from injuries. Some of the players were on the bench and wanted to get some extra touches so that they could be a little bit better and maybe get a starting spot. So I started working individually with a lot of them. I just picked up the camera and I started doing the YouTube channel, which is what you guys see now. So if you're coaching a team, then that's the easiest way to do it, because you can pick out those players who want to get a few extra touches. I know a lot of people who have turned this into like a full-time thing, a lot of coaching friends of mine. I prefer to do it mostly for the YouTube channel, mostly for my individual self and for the players that I'm training in the current team that I'm coaching at. But yeah, you can turn it into a full-time thing if you don't mind being out on the field all day, and obviously trying to figure out the business side of it, which would be, you know, charging players how much you want to charge per session, things of that nature. And that's all based on your coaching credentials, your experience, and you know, what people are willing to pay, if that's what you want to do as far as make it into a business. The next one is from King Goku, who says, dude, I got a question. What do you do if I don't have the same equipment as you? All of the exercises that I do, every single one, you don't need the same equipment that I have. Use anything that can pass as a marker. At the end of the day, if you strip away all of the equipment and you just think about what you're doing with the soccer ball, it's really just the same thing. Obviously, the equipment is just there for you to visualize it, and I bring out more equipment than I probably should because it looks very professional. So if you guys look at like Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, when they do all their individuals, they bring out all this fancy equipment. It's not absolutely necessary. You can get creative and use different things as markers, but it does put the players into a professional training mindset. And that's the end of our question segment today. Make sure you guys go ahead and leave your questions in the comment section down below. Back to the video.
So for the next one, it's another 3-person passing. Most of the work was done by me and Georgie and Kitman Moy. We just had him pretty much start out the ball. All it is you check out, you receive a pass, and then you play a little 1-2 with the other player around the agility pole. You switch spots, and then you repeat. So obviously we're looking for those movements, game realistic, where you check away quickly, you time it properly so you're not just standing there waiting for the ball for 2 or 3 seconds. And then when we do the one-touch wall passes there, we're looking for nice and sharp passes, but also passes that are at an angle. So you never want to play the ball square, because if you play the ball square in a game, that's one of the passes that's most likely going to get cut off. So as you guys can see, me and Georgie are keeping our distance so that we never end up square to each other, and the pass in a game probably wouldn't get cut off because I'm playing either a positive pass or a negative pass, but always at some sort of an angle. And we're also not getting too close to each other where it's a little unrealistic, because in a game, if you get too close to each other, then one defender can mark both of you at the same time. So they're going to have to pick one or the other to go to. And if you're playing good passes at positive and negative angles, then you should be able to maintain possession of the ball. So just incorporating these little realistic type of habits into your training session is just going to make you a lot better as a footballer.
Love it. Feel the rhythm. Yeah. Yeah. Go, Georgie. Love that, boys. So. Yeah. Good morning. Back to me again. Good. Yeah. Georgie.
We finished off the session as usual with a little shooting exercise. You start off with a dribble through the cones, you hit the wall, play a little wall pass around the agility pole, take your touch, and have a finish. So as usual, Kitman Moy was gracious enough to stand in goal for us. All we're working on for this one is trying to hit a left-footed shot. You can hit it near post, you can hit it far post. If you're going to hit it far post, we're looking for that curler where you use the inside of the foot, shoot past the ball, and give it a little bit of spin so that it curls away from the goalkeeper and then just curls right in at the last second inside of that post. So we put the little target sacks from Quick Play Sport at the corner there just to give us another little target to aim for. Yeah, again, just working on our shooting, working on our finishing, and great way to finish the session because, like I've said in the previous videos, everyone likes to shoot and everyone likes to score goals. So when we switched it over to the other side, we switched up the drill a little bit. As long as you're getting enough reps on both feet, it doesn't really matter if you do the exact same thing. I like to switch it up so we're not doing the same exercise with both feet and it just gets boring. So for this one, we flip the replay station over. So now when you hit it, you get the ball in the air, you have to bring it down, take your touch, go around the agility pole, and then have a finish. So something just a little bit different, but at the end of the day, it's really all just the same thing. Making sure that we get the ball from out underneath our feet. We got a little bit of a run up before our shot. And if we're going to that far post, again, trying to hit that curler. If we're going to that near post, then we can shoot it with our laces, give us a little bit more power. So again, Hope you guys liked it. Hope you guys liked the little walkthrough and the behind the scenes, some coaching tips. And yeah, that's gonna be it for this session.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. No excuses for you not to go out and train. Doesn't matter if it's snowing, if it's sunny, if it's rainy, whatever the weather looks like outside, go ahead, get your touches in, find creative ways to stay active. Hope you guys liked it. Hope you guys liked episode 4 in the preseason series. If you did, please go ahead, hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe so you guys could see more episodes in the series. And yeah, that's it for this one. Until next time, and adios, muchachos.